Well, the information that we have at this time is that our victim is Mustafa Gordon. His date of birth is April the 4th of 1990. Makes him about 24 years of age. We have notified the next of kin. As you can see, the medical examiner is here. They're picking up the deceased. And the vehicle in the parking lot, the GMC pickup, that is his. We've not recovered any weapons. There's no indication that the victim was armed when this happened. And he is an Oceanside resident, and my understanding is was living with his father at the time this happened.
Did he live close to here? I mean, any indication on why he may have been at this park?
Probably 4 miles or so. 4 miles or so. We have no suspect information at this time. The investigators are still tracking leads, contacting family members. And again, we would appeal to the public. If anybody has seen anything, knows anything, heard of anything, please call us, let us know. Our investigators would really like to get a hold of you and talk with you and see what we can do with this.
Was it mostly blunt force trauma to the head? So he was beaten in the head? Or?
Yes.
Beat with what?
We don't know. Blunt force, an object of some kind, we don't know what it was. My appeal would go one step further, and it would be this. This is an attack of great severity upon a person. And regardless of what your relationship to this person might have been or is, this is uncalled for. And the Oceanside Police Department will work with its investigators, and we will do our best to find out who this person was, who the suspect is. And we will work with our community, and the community will work with us. And we intend to pull out all the stops we can and bring these people to justice.
Are you insinuating it might be gang-related?
No, not at all.
It's not gang?
We have no reason to think that at this time.
So that you don't believe it's gang-related?
I don't have a reason to believe either way.
Was it random or targeted?
The degree, what appears to me, the severity of the blunt force trauma would indicate to me that he was known by the person that attacked.
Some serious emotion involved as far as
And do you know why?
We have no leads right now.
Do you know what time this all happened?
Well, we know that he was found at about 5:45 this morning. My understanding is that he was seen by a family member around midnight last night.
where was he going? Or?
Don't know.
It was confusing, at least to me, when you said no matter what your relationship is to this person, et cetera, et cetera. What did you mean by that?
I'm just speaking to the human factor. Whether this would have been you or a family member of yours, or it happened to be somebody that you thought terrible things about, an attack like this is uncalled for on a person. Oceanside has made great strides in the past and continues to do so. And an attack of this kind against anybody is uncalled for.
So then for people who live around this park or come to this park, is there a concern for safety?
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think so. I would think my gut would be that this is an isolated attack.
How's the family?
I don't know. I can imagine if I were a family member and I had this reported to me, I would be probably going to pieces.
You seem particularly upset, taken by this. Why? I mean, you must have seen...
Because it's uncalled for. Oceanside, I've spent my career working here, and I've seen the worst of the worst. But for a young man who's 24 years old to have his life ended in such fashion, it's terrible.
But you've seen lots of 24-year-olds who have their lives ended. What was so upsetting to you about the way this happened? And they're all uncalled for. So
they are, and I think that's the issue that I'm speaking to. I was present at the Libby Lake homicides. I've been present at a number of different homicides. I was present the night Dan Bessent was murdered. And that's a tragedy all the way around, because not only have you lost an officer and a good friend, those young people, their lives are over. And if this turns out to be a young person who's committed this, his life has changed forever, and not for the good.
Do you think more than one person Was there any indication to show there was maybe more than one killer?
I don't know of any indication. I don't know of anything that would tell me it was one or more people.
Did they find any clues in this perimeter then? Anything at all?
Not that I know of.
In the story about the baseball bat?
There's no weapon that's been recovered. Blunt force trauma, he could have been hit. It could be a bat, it could be a stick, it could be something large, an axe handle. I don't know. Too early for us to tell.
Did he work anywhere that you're aware of? The job?
I don't know of him working anywhere currently. I know that he previously served in the Army. I don't know anything about his service station or anything like that. Sure.
Thank you. I'm sorry that
That's okay.
so
Thank you.
Goes with.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
That's it, thank you.
I'll
no
be-
motive, no weapon.